What's going on, everybody? SB Nation back out here on Radio Row at Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta, Georgia. I am Arjun Ochoa. She is Gina Thomas. He is Bernd Buckmonster. I'm getting really good at this, and we're getting really comfortable as a trio. I think we need a nickname. I want to go with a conventional one. I don't like Three Blind Mice. I don't like Three Musketeers.
Three Amigos.
Three-headed tags.
Oh, what was the dog in Harry Potter? The three-headed dog? No, I don't think
that's from actual mythology. I didn't read Harry Potter.
You didn't read Harry Potter?
I didn't read Harry Potter.
That's a problem.
I've been actually hazed about this all week long, so.
I only read the last one. Does that count?
What on earth is happening here? This got out. I think the dog's name was Fluffy. There was a three-headed dog in the first Harry Potter book that was named Fluffy, but the joke fell really flat. So we'll go with the Three Amigos because everybody got that. And so that's that. Again, this is Atlanta. This is Radio Row. It is Friday before the Super Bowl. About 48 hours from right now, we will be getting ready for a game. We'll all be eating food. Well, you two will be working. I will be home then back in San Antonio, Texas. And you will be pulling, I imagine, for different teams. Bernd, you've been covering the New England Patriots all week long for patspulpit.com. And today was the last day of practice for the villains of the NFL.
That is true. And as villainous as they are, they have full participation today. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's good to go. The Patriots got Dante Hightower back after he missed yesterday's session because of an illness. He was a full participant. Malcolm Brown dealing with a calf injury. He's full as well. The team's good to go. They've been relatively healthy all year long, and this is now a continuation of that. Nothing is standing in the way between the Patriots and another particularly exciting Super Bowl.
You know, I saw earlier this week that in 7 of the 8 Super Bowls that Tom Brady's Patriots have played in, that the winning score was made in the last 2.5 minutes or overtime. Sorry for that. Gina Thomas, our resident Atlanta Falcons fan. But to your point, Bernd, always a thrilling game, so I think that that does set up well. Gina, how have the Los Angeles Rams been today? What's the pulse of the Ramit bunch? Was really excited to get a look at your piece on that. What is the flavor of the blue and gold? I don't know if you can call them that. I mean, I don't know if that's their thing.
We can. I mean, I'm making the executive decision. We can call them that. Yeah, everybody's healthy there too. Greg Zuerlein returned to practice today, and now the other player who was out yesterday, his name's escaping me.
Blake Countess?
Huh?
Blake Countess?
Blake Countess.
And they were both limited yesterday. They were at practice.
Yes.
But now they're full as well.
Now they were full participation today.
In our defense, it's been a really long week, and there's a lot going on. I have had like 14 cups of coffee today.
And today is a very different day for us because every other day we've had media availability, then we've been working around that and writing things based on that. And today I've had my head down all day writing things from, you know, previous media availabilities. So I feel like I'm really out of touch with the Rams today because I didn't get to talk to them, I didn't get to see them, I don't know what their demeanor is, so it's a little bit different today.
I'm actually really interested in this because you both have been working the Super Bowl all week long, covering different teams. As Gina said, today you did not get to go to practice or talk to the players and things like that. What has the day been like, Bernd, compared to what it had been like all week long in your first Super Bowl?
Well, personally, it was just knowing that there is no media available. The Patriots media sessions were always at 4 p.m., so a little bit later than the Rams, for example. So you always had in the back of your mind, hey, I need to get out of the hotel by 3:15, 3:30 to be at the session with the players.
This
so
planning, look at that.
With that not being a part of today's schedule, I really could focus on doing, just like you said, doing plenty of work, doing some writing for patspulpit.com, which you should definitely check out. And you gotta sell it to the audience.
I mean, hey,
even though they're probably mostly Cowboys fans.
They're all geniuses in that regard.
Yeah, so they know that following the Patriots is something good and positive.
So the day, Bernd, was different for you.
It was,
And to put in perspective, we're on Radio Row right now, but adjacent to here is a big writer's workroom with tons of tables, and today they had Chick-fil-A, which was really cool. We'll get you some after this.
Okay.
But they had Chick-fil-A today. Had you ever had Chick-fil-A, Bernd?
I did not because I'm vegetarian.
Oh, okay. Well, fine. You're excused. But you recognize the coolness of it and the fact that its home is here in Atlanta, Georgia, which is really cool. So you were there all day long working on that. Gina, you are from Atlanta.
Yes, I am.
And so you had quite the trek, as I understand it. I know that there was I saw some sirens go off, and I think that was your path here.
My motorcade? Yeah, I wish, because it took me, I live about 40 minutes north of downtown, and it took me 2 hours to get downtown today. Today is really a day that a lot of people are getting here for the actual game. I don't know if you can tell by the background noise, but it's much busier today on Radio Row. It's much more crowded outside at the fan experience. Just walking through downtown, it's much more crowded. After I got to my hotel, I had to wait for 20 minutes for an Uber. I don't think that I've ever done that the entire time that I've lived in Atlanta. It's never been more than 2 or 3 minutes. So it's just been a very different situation today. Just with all the crowds that have descended upon downtown, and people are continuing to trickle in and will continue to do so tomorrow. So the next few days are going to be pretty wild, I think.
On that note, I've been exclusively on Radio Row all week long, and today, Friday, is always the day that it gets bumping. There were actors from Ballers here, Pat Mahomes was here, JJ Watt was here, Tyreek Hill was here.
I picked a terrible day to work from home most of the day. Really the worst day.
You really did. But to your point, because everybody's coming in for the game now, and things are starting to get real popping and things like that. So on our show at ESPN San Antonio, we had Roger Staubach, we had Michael Irvin, we had Emmitt Smith, we had Pat McAfee, who is totally as cool as you think he is in person. And so it is just the day of the NFL calendar where everything kind of comes together and crystallizes, and it kicks off the weekend because tomorrow on Saturday you have NFL honors. I know you're going, Bern. I don't know if you're going.
I am. I will be on the red carpet for that.
Rubbing it in our faces. Look at me. Just look at her. I'm on the red carpet.
Oh yeah, because it's pretty important people.
It is. That's a good point. And then Sunday's obviously the game. So the flavor of the week is definitely very different. And to your point, both of your points, both geniuses, there are so many more fans. Radio Row is open for fans to come in and mingle and see everything going on. And there's a lot of exhibits and sort of features that they can go through, and they've been doing that all day long. The atmosphere finally, I think, is matching the intensity of what a Super Bowl really is.
Absolutely. And I mean, I just walked past James Harrison, former Patriots great, if you all know.
Name guy, you just walked past James Harrison.
And he was taking photos with Patriots fans. So we kind of get a feeling that both the players or former players coming to town, as well as the audience, the fans, they're really pumping up their energy a bit and getting ready for what will be a huge weekend and a huge game on Sunday.
Did you know that the Backstreet Boys were here today?
I did, yes. They were going to be on SB Nation Radio, and I did get that information. And I think that my cousin, Jordan, who is several years younger than me, who would babysit my kids when she was younger to save money for Backstreet Boys tickets, I think she would be very disappointed that I did not go and talk to them. But yes, I did know Backstreet Boys.
Even I'm disappointed.
Backstreet or NSYNC?
She prefers Backstreet.
I'm asking what Gina prefers.
Well, I was too old for all of them. New Kids on the Block.
Okay, well,
fair enough.
That's fair. What it burned? NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
I think the Backstreet Boys have the more complete catalog, but Bye 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 is a hit unlike one of the Patriots.
To your point, while the Backstreet Boys are certainly, I think, on average, a better team, NSYNC has the greatest superstar in Justin Timberlake. So that's the direction that I'm going to lean. That's the type of event that Friday before the Super Bowl is that three dudes and dudettes are talking about the Backstreet Boys because that's what happens the Friday before the Super Bowl. So that means the game is on Sunday. I will pick first because I want to, and because I'm impartial. And so I will say that I just do not see a world where Tom Brady will lose 2 Super Bowls in a row. I can't fathom that idea. And selfishly, I would like for Tom Brady to lose because I was at Super Bowl 51, and I want to be able to say I saw his last one. So he would kind of ruin that for me, but I'm going to lean Patriots. I also believe that it will be a very close game, very Patriots fashion. I will say 38-36 Patriots. Gina?
I think that the Rams are going to win 28-3.
Jeez, that would be amazing.
It would be okay, that's what I want to happen. What I think will happen is that I think that the Patriots edge them out. I think that it will be a close game. You know, I'm thinking somewhere in the range of like 31 to 28. I mean, it's going to be a nail biter like every Patriots Super Bowl seems to be, but I just think that in this case, the experience that the Patriots bring to the table, I think that 37 players on the roster have been to a Super Bowl before compared to 4 for the Rams. That is a big difference and a competitive disadvantage for Los Angeles because this whole circus that we're talking about that this week it's a lot for these players. So I think that that does give the Patriots an edge. So that's my real prediction. But everybody keep your fingers crossed that my hope comes through for this one.
In a way, the Rams are the Backstreet Boys because on average they're very good.
Yes.
And the Patriots are the NSYNC of this because they have Justin Timberlake, who is Tom Brady.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, you know what? That's a great point. Well, I don't know how this works then. I've gotten so lost down this rabbit hole. Bernd, who wins this game? I would be shocked if he took the Rams, but fingers crossed.
I think that the Rams will lose the game, but I think it will be a close affair. It might not be the offensive shootout that we will expect it to be, because both defenses are really good and they've come along recently. And we saw it in the AFC title game when the Patriots played against the Chiefs that you had a lot of points scored, but it was quite of a defensive battle for most of the night, so especially in the first half. So that being said, I think the Patriots will win something like 31 to 28 in that area. It might be, I've been wrong before, but I hope I am not this time.
All I know is Bernd didn't come all the way from Austria to watch the Patriots lose the Super Bowl.
And whenever I watch the Patriots play the Rams, the Patriots won.
Well, conversely, I didn't drive 2 hours over what should have been a 45-minute drive to watch the Rams lose. So it's basically the same thing.
Basically, you would drive to watch the Falcons lose.
This got really awkward, really fast.
That's pretty good, Bernd.
Thank you. He burned you. Look at that.
Really did.
But he burned.
A burn from Bernd.
That is, that's about how tired we are. And so
that's a good way to wrap it up.
Thanks for tuning in all week long. Thanks for subscribing to the Blog of the Boys YouTube channel. Encourage you, as always, to check out our friends and our family across SB Nation at patspulpit.com, turfshowtimes.com, also thefalcoholic.com for all your Atlanta Falcons needs. The Cowboys, by the way, did get a win here in Atlanta way back in November.
I remember it vividly.
Hey,
you have to play that.
We can have both of our teams get a win in Atlanta.
Of course.
I mean, it's just the way it rolls.
Atlanta's a good city for Patriots and Cowboys fans.
I like the way you think, Bernd. Again, thanks everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And most importantly, go Cowboys.